Welcome to my monthly market update, and I appreciate you being here. Today you're gonna learn about California, Los Angeles, and Orange County in comparison. How is the market doing in April? But before I start diving into all the statistics and numbers, I want to mention that we are in a very strong seller's market nationwide, not just in California. And as you may be watching what's happening during all this pandemic, this has been over a year since we've been in a stage of pandemic and slowly recovering, and a lot of migration happening, a lot of people moving out, moving around, and lots of Californians been leaving for the last 2 years actually, and the most primarily states they go to it's Texas, Arizona, Nevada, all bordering states, right? Idaho. Those prices in those states going to the roof as well because of this migration happening. Just spoke recently with one of the Arizona agents, and they told me that 60% of their migration, people who come into Arizona, are Californians, which is interesting, and also 30% is Washington. So lots of states growing because Californians are leaving. But despite all that, we still have big population in California and no housing because there are no building housing. There are a shortage of supplies. There are so many factors affect this supply market, the seller's market. And plus, I want to mention about demand. Demand is very strong, and primarily 38.4% we have first-time home buyers on the market, and that's because our interest rates are so low. Only, we still remain for such a long time under 3%. It went up a little bit recently, and it just went kind of leveled up and got down. You still can get mortgage, 30-year mortgage, like 2.5, 2.6. if you get to the right person to help you with mortgage. We see way stronger buyers right now on the market as well. There are 33% of buyers with 20% down, and there are only 10% buyers with no down payment, which is way stronger than in 2008. If you're looking into this mortgage projection rate, you can see how very little small amount it will increase, and in 2022 it's going to be projected to be only 3.6%, which is not that much either. So there's still purchasing power for all those buyers to buy homes as long as you have a job, as long as you have steady income. There are some requirements for that, but there's so many different programs right now for first-time home buyers. That's why such an increase and such a strong demand right now for housing. We're still experiencing over 10 offers on one house, right? In some markets it's lower. If you go over $1 million market, of course it's less than 10 offers on a house, but still there's such a demand and no inventories in the market. Let's look what our sellers been doing. 44% of sellers been holding sales back, not selling during the pandemic. Now they start getting back on the market, and we would hope that more inventories come to the market, which helps a little bit. But what's happening with sellers? If you look in this on this chart, we see that 35.8% moving out of the state, and only 1.3% relocating to other country. Most of them staying within the county and the same state, but 38.5% Californians leaving California right now, and that's pretty much what raises prices everywhere else as well, because Californians selling here expensive estate and buying over there way much bigger houses that they had here for those money. You might also know that the shortage of inventory is not just because there are not many people selling, but also there have been no new constructions going on, we're very sure limited on the new constructions, and if there is some, then it's more like townhomes and high HOAs, and first-time home buyers don't really want that. They want something with no HOAs, small down payments, small monthly payments, and they want a more affordability, more flexibility. They don't want to be tied to high HOAs, and they just want a single family homes, like entry homes, and that's what we're liking on the market. This is why if you're planning to sell, this is like a primary time to sell your single family home. And this, according to Realtor.com, this is why sellers sell in this year. The homes doesn't meet their needs anymore. They want to sell and cash out, make a little profit. They want to be closer to move to closer to family and friends, or they want to just upgrade at home, maybe something newer. Let's get into our statistics. Home being flying off the market, been selling for between 6 to 8 days. After first showing, it's gone. So if you're a buyer would like to buy a house, then you need to move quick, super quick. You see the house, you want to see it right away, and you want to put an offer, sometimes maybe before you even see it. Almost 50% statewide active listing being declined. As you can see on this graph, condos at 35.4% in California, and interesting, in Orange County, condo and townhomes declined almost 50% as well, like we have in single family homes in the whole state. Median prices in California reached 800,000 and almost 900,000 in LA, and over 1 million in Orange County. Let's check my video on InfoSpark. I want to show you the curve, and some of you who like to see stuff like that, it might be interesting to explore and see how steeply we've been going up with every month. Here I want to show you InfoSpark. This is my favorite data tracker. It has a lot of statistics from the whole MLS, which is whole state of California, and you can go by counties as well, and you can go by property types. So right now we have single family homes in California as a whole, and we have Los Angeles and Orange County in comparison. So I'm on the median sales price, and we can see 3 years trend. So we can see from 2018 to 2021, April 21. And as you can see with this little graph, how prices been just climbing up slowly, and look at this, from March to April it just went so drastically steep in the whole state, and it's went 33.3% up from last April. We also have Los Angeles County that went in price 27.8%, and we have Orange County right here that went to over 1 million and 25.6%. So this is how median price has been doing. Now we also can go and check on other statistics such as price per square foot, and now we have this, that you can see Los Angeles pretty close to the whole state in square footage, and Orange County quite different, and now we can go and look at days on market, and days on market being, look at this, homes been selling between 8 to 6 days, very fast. And let's see our active listings. Huge decline. Actually, it's kind of leveled up right here, I guess, because just some homes came on the market from those who really didn't want to sell because they felt uncertain during the pandemic, and now we can see this drastic decline in home prices. If you are planning to buy and been still waiting that price is gonna go down, if you're planning to keep it for 10 years, it's really, and you can get a good loan with such a low interest rate. It's I think it does make sense to buy for you as well, because you're gonna build equity and enjoy your own home ownership. I know people who bought, like, let's say a few years ago, they already have like almost $200,000 in equity in their houses. So because of this shortage, and if you're planning to stay in California, this is probably a good move to buy now. And as long as you can make payments and it makes sense to you economically and financially, then I would recommend to buy, not wait, because every month you wait, you're just losing on those increases, because we have substantial increases. And nobody can predict what's going to happen. If you think we are in this huge bubble like in 2008, as I mentioned in the beginning, we have strong buyers who do put a lot of 20% down, which is they way qualified. We have some guidelines going on right now, so you can't just get mortgage without job or without being solid, pre-approved. So the crash might happen, we don't know, but the thing is, it might be a little decrease, maybe up to 25% decrease in home prices, but not any substantial drastic drop like we used to have in 2008, just because there are no inventories. It's a huge shortage. If we look into forbearances, you know, the people who've been delayed on paying their mortgages, then we see only 16.2% people who still kind of look like they are in trouble. They might not be able to pay their homes, so there's some foreclosures might coming up on the market in the nearest future. But even if that percentage comes to and fulfill our inventories a little bit, it still might decrease half of our demand, but we still gonna have strong demand just because interest rates remain the same, and they are projected to be in the same kind of between 3 and 4%. If you have any questions or concerns, please comment below. I appreciate if you like at least one thing or learn today something from this video. Please subscribe and like this video. I appreciate you very much. And if you're relocating to another state, let me know. We actually been helping people to buy in another states as well, even though we're not licensed in those states, but we can advise you, we can help you. I find out myself that here in California, agents are very strong and very competitive. Because such a competitive market, you have to get that offer accepted. So we know all the ways to get your offer accepted. I just experienced helping buying home in Arizona for my daughter, and I was working with an agent over there, and I felt like they were not aggressive enough. And I felt also, because of my aggressiveness and my tips I give my daughter, this is what you need to do, this is what you should do, write that sweet letter to the seller, reduce some contingencies in the terms, be this and this way, and those tips helped tremendously, and we got our offer accepted. It was 15 offers on the house, and they got our offer even lower from the highest offer, just because how it was written. It was pretty clean. We didn't even ask for warranty, which is like, it's not a huge big deal. If you say, hey, I don't want you seller pay for my warranty for next year, I will take care of it. Everything what you can do to reduce those contingencies and make your offer accepted, it helps. And write letters, write sweet letters to the sellers. I know in California we have a lot of controversies about letters. Some agents do not want to show letter to the sellers because it's to not breach ethics and discrimination laws and everything else. But still, a lot of letters, we've been having experience getting our letters presented to the sellers when we were presenting buyers, and we heard a lot of good feedback, like how seller relates to the letter, how they like what you wrote, how they make decisions sometimes based on that letter as well. So that's what happened with my daughter. They really loved how the letter was put on. It was very short, sweet letter, just saying that they want to live in that neighborhood, they love the house, talk about the house, how you appealing to the house, not too much about yourself, just a little bit who you are and why you're moving, but more how in love in the house and neighborhood and the area you are. And that's gonna help you to get into the door. I know money speak, but emotions also attach, and all those two things work well. So thanks again for watching my video. Sorry I hold you back for a little bit longer with my little story about Arizona house. But yes, if you move out from the state, call just for advice. We'll be happy to help you. Thanks for watching. I see you in the next video.